Welcome to my spiritual space where I pray, meditate, do my full moon rituals, download new ideas, and give and receive positive energy from my plants. Hey, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Sharice, and on my channel, I talk about all things peace, love, and joy. And I got this idea to share with you one of the things that brings me the most peace and joy in my life, which is my plant collection. They're featured in almost every video, but I never talk about them. And so I thought I'd give you a tour of all the things. We'll start with this section of plants. These are actually plants that live outside for spring and summer. So this doesn't feel like a permanent installation to me. So there are just a few here that love it outside. This is my Baltic blue. I think I got this at a Walmart. I just go to look at the plants. I mean, if you're like me, right? Let's just go look at the plants and see what they have. Walmart usually doesn't have plants that look very good. But I had wanted another blue something that I couldn't find or didn't see in the stores. And so I got this because it fulfilled that need. It really hasn't done much. I think I neglected it because it's not the plant I really wanted. But I also think something about this self-watering. I don't think I've been watering it properly. I mean, she's alive, right? This one here, I think they call it the ficus, tineke. I love to experiment with the plants and propagate and all the things. And so I had chopped this off, put the cutting in water to root. It rooted, put it back in this pot. But I don't know, this is also not like another dream plant. So I guess I wasn't paying attention. Like if there's ever a problem with my plants, it's because I overwatered it. But I don't think I watered this one enough because it used to be right by the window. So it just didn't take. I think the roots rotted a little bit, and so this one survived. And so I'm keeping it. Ficus tineke. My favorite plants are Alocasias. I can't say I love all of them, but I think I do love most of them, and keeping them alive has been very important to me. I use a chunky mix and a self-watering planter. I don't put a lot of water in here. Like they want to stay moist, but not like too wet for too long. So inside of here are two different. One is the green velvet, and the other one, I think, okay, so I had gotten the Xanthosoma, I think it's called, and I've never had like a pest infestation or anything, but I had gotten one from Home Depot, and it had, I think it was mealybugs on it, like the white fluffy looking ones. Well, at that time, I was also like, I think I'm going to try pond. And so I had cleaned off all the roots and put it in the pond, but I didn't have a reservoir in the pond. So it just like slowly died and melted, which ended up being a really good thing because it had pests on it. I didn't realize it at the time, and it had spread to like one other plant. I just got rid of the thing. I was like, there's no way I'm dealing with this. But I mean, this looks so much like a regular Alocasia, but I think it's in its own genus. But it had corms, right? So that's how I got this. I rooted a corm in my little cloche, and yeah, it's grown up to be this big thing, which is just so, I mean, super cool. But it looks so similar, right? Let's look at the leaves together. It looks so similar to the green velvet that I'm like really stunned that it's gonna turn into something that looks so different in its maturity to like green velvet. You can go here. Here I have the scalprum. This is one of the newest leaves, I think. And there's two plants. I think I got this from Canopy Plant. And they come out so nice and green and shiny. This is one of the leaves that came with. I need to do some dusting. And then this one is what is this? Jewel. What is this? Sinuata. It's kind of underwhelming in real life. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with like the sun, the lights, or I don't. Yeah, because it doesn't look as impressive. I think maybe some of the ones I've seen online are like some kind of shininess has been applied to the leaves. But yeah, I'm not This is pretty impressive, but the sinuata, it's not doing it for me. How cool are these? This is, I think you call this the frydek, right? The variegated one is the frydek, and the non-variegated is the micholitziana. And then this is the Alocasia amazonica. This is like, the juvenile form of it. Very cool looking with all the, the waviness in the maturity. I do have a mature one. I did get the corm from the mature one. I think these are so pretty. Like this variegation, this coloring is insane. This is so cool. God just be doing his thing with these plants. It's amazing. I'm in awe of them. You can see this big guy right here, the regal shield. He definitely prefers it outside. I think this is the newest leaf. And last time I was watering, I see some roots coming out the top. So he's like, get me out of here. He's also in a self-watering planter. I have a red Congo. I have a red Congo here. And these were burned from my grow lights. They were too close to the grow lights. Why do I have a red Congo? Because my boyfriend is from the Congo. That's really it. If I was really like, and I like it, I think I take care of it pretty well. It's a crawler, and so I have it in one of those long pots. But the variegated, even the green variegated Congo or the red variegated Congo, they're too expensive for me right now. But I prefer those, the look of those, than this. But I feel like when this gets, I don't know, even more, closer to the end of the pot and it has even more leaves, like it is a beauty. She is so pretty to look at. So pretty to look at. I probably should cut these off, right? Just, But I love, like, it's giving, what is it giving? It's giving thumbnail. Here we have my fourth Thai constellation. This is the biggest one I got. I probably got like a very small, maybe this was probably the largest size of the previous three that I got. One, you know how they say like there's a Thai, you might not know, right? I've heard videos where they talk about there's like a Thai 1 and a Thai 2 where you can tell like one feels thicker or more hardy and the other one was thinner. I had both of those, right? I had the one with the thicker leaves, and then I probably had like two like this where it was just thinner leaves. Two of them are holding on for dear life. One already croaked, but yeah, the one that you'll see it later, they're both, so I don't know. Listen, I'm an overwaterer, and these things I hear and I feel. In my experience, I agree. Prone to root rot. They're trying to drive me crazy, but I just think this is so pretty. I have to have one, and I have to have one that's thriving in my collection. Like I really, how dare you not live with me? Like how dare you? Come on now. I might get the elbow too, but the elbow is so expensive. Like I think the most I've ever paid for a plant, I'll show you later. $35. I like. I mean, I'll spend a lot of money on plants altogether, but for one, no. Come on now. Here is my bird of paradise. Also, really loves it outside, but I definitely wasn't watering it enough outside. It's hard to overwater when it dries out so quickly because of how hot it is, and so I have some burnt leaves, but overall it's done like really, really well, and I'm happy with the new leaves that get pushed out because it's like right in front of a grow light while it's been inside. There we go. So pretty. I can't wait till it gets even bigger. I know it will never be its optimal size inside, but it could touch the ceiling. Yeah. And this guy is a dracaena, just one of the ones you get from Home Depot. He almost died, right? He looked like he had cancer or something because, again, me experimenting with fertilizer, I over fertilized it and it showed up in all the leaves. It was bad. Like all these things that were cut off, they were black. Like they looked disgusting. I don't know. I thought this would grow faster. I thought, you'd see some of the stalk out, and I just have this really cool tall plant. But the more you know, no. Otherwise, it's just green. But we love green, so it's still here. You've been on a journey with me. Thank you very much. The scindapsis here, I really want it to grow up. Like I really want it to get flat against this pole. It's kind of unsightly, but it's back here, so it's okay. Here we have the Hoya compacta, and I did repot this into chunky soil soon after I got it, but it really hasn't done much. And I think maybe that's what compactas do, but I want more. Okay, I want more. I think maybe this is the most growth I've got since it's been here. Girl, what are you doing? Maybe it needs a self-watering planter. Like maybe this is the plant that goes into pond. Maybe it's not in the best sunny spot. I don't know. Maybe. I think it's so cool and creative, but I need more. Like I like growing plants. I need more. This is a Syngonium something, maybe Mary something, or maybe Strawberry Eyes. I got it from this really cute plant shop here in Atlanta called the Victorian. It was so tiny when I got it. I just bought it for funsies. And I'm so impressed with how much it's grown. This is, I want to say was, it is Florida green. I I didn't like the growth pattern of the Florida green. The petioles are too long. The leaf shape I'm not a fan of. I tried I tried things, okay, but really and truly I didn't really like it, so it died. I kept a piece, right? So I had been cutting it, but I've been doing all kind of things with it. But it had started to grow, an offshoot, and I don't really mind how this looks. So I still have it, and it's growing. Everything here is from in my care. It was a nothing. It was nothing, right? When I first cut it off of the mother plant. So it's here. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like I bought so many plants in 2024, and there are a few that didn't make it. Okay. I was telling my boyfriend about my plans for all the plants I want to get in 2025, and how, I can't really see myself having more than 100 plants. Right now I have like 72, 3 or something, but there are a few plants I want to like get rid of. Like I don't really want this. I don't really care. I would give this away. I really would give this away. And so there's some other things I'm going to swap out with new things that bring me a little bit more joy. This is definitely one of them. I like Syngoniums. They give like similar energy as Alocasia to me. And it might be that heart leaf. You know what I mean? Similar to the Florida green, this also has a growth pattern I'm not a fan of, but I like it more than the Florida green. It's more of like a circular. It'll be more circular, I think. But this is the Ring of Fire. I'm sorry. Philodendron Ring of Fire. I have multiple. Why do I have so many of them? Because so many of them came in one pot that I got from Publix. Okay. And I was like, some of them are growing over each other, not having a good time, not getting enough of the resources. And so I decided to separate this one from the other one, right? This needed more roots, more attention. So I have it here, but I have a bigger one. You'll see later. And so, yeah, this is another thing that could be given away. This would free up so much space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure somebody else wants this Ring of Fire. It's not ugly, but the other one, I don't need one. I really only need one. Dragon Scale Beginda Alocasia. Okay. Again, I like growing my plants. So it came with 3 leaves. And so this is the newest one. These were already like damaged when I got it. The long petioles mean it wasn't getting enough light. So wherever it was before, that's what was happening. You'll see I have a few others that have some long petioles. I will eventually cut them off to give them a more compact, neat look, because they're thriving in my care. I recently repotted this. I love this. Listen, If you know anyone selling this planter, please let me know. This is from, I think this is a Costa Farms planter. And you know, when I think about the business of things, they come out with like a new design every year, and they're like seasonal. So this I think was maybe spring 2024 or something. They don't sell these by themselves. They sell them with the plants. I don't even know which plant came in this, but whatever. I love this setup here. I just watered it. So I like double this. This planter does all the right things for me because it has like a dip inside. So sometimes there's water there too. It's like the perfect thing for my alocasia and for like titrating the watering. I love this planter so much and I cannot find it anywhere else. And it makes me so sad because I wish I had like 5 more of these. Anyway, I have to make do with the plastic ones. But isn't she beautiful? Wow. Listen, so green. This is so cool. I can't wait to see when this gets like more pronounced as it gets bigger. Insane. The alocasia section. This is like prime real estate right here. I have my big window here. I think it's like northeast facing. So not a lot of good light. Fine, it's fine for morning light, but like for the majority of the day, the light comes from this section and the wall. Oh, Jesus Christ. And the wall over here blocks most of the sunlight that comes this direction. So the plants that are here, look. The plants that are here, prime real estate, okay? Some of my favorite plants. Okay. Anyway, moving back up. Alocasia silver dragon. I mean, what is the newest leaf? This one. This one. Right? But they're so big. So incredibly big. I am so happy. This makes me so happy. You don't understand. I love this. So let's pull it out with the other one that has like a similar story. This is the Maharani, Alocasia Maharani, right? So you can tell which ones have been grown in my care because I like the big leaves. Came with these leaves. I will be cutting these off probably when it gives me another big one. This is the largest leaf, the largest and latest leaf. Maharani, Alocasia Maharani. It is so cute, but it's the velvety texture for me. You can't tell me this don't look like a masterpiece. Look at this. I have the mellow too, but it's nothing to write home about right now. Okay, and then the coloring on. I think you could find God if you just meditated on this leaf. Come on now. This makes me so happy. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Philodendron Summer Glory. Yeah. This probably needs a shower. What do they call them? The floral nectarines? Something. The sticky sap. Another crawler, right? And when these leaves, this is the newest leaf. When these leaves are coming in, they're like pink. They're like a sunrise. So pretty, so beautiful. These are some pretty leaves, right? Like, this is a nice leaf. A nice leaf. Yeah. There's no story behind this. I think I ordered this from Ken's Philodendrons. Yeah. They, for the prices at Ken's, you get like a really large plant. Now, shipping might be something else because they only ship next day, but they take really good care of their plants. They even don't ship during winter, which I feel like if I had a plant business, I probably wouldn't ship during winter too, because y'all would be stressing me out with the didn't come, it was too cold, has cold damage, or whatever. Anyway, hey girl. This is also from Ken's Philodendron. This is, what is this? Oh, wait, I know what it is. Could not for the life of me remember this name. This is also from Ken's philodendron. It is the Hawaiian pothos. It came with, these are the leaves it came with, right? I am a propagation queen. Not really, okay? Because I don't have bins or anything, right? I have my little propagation station. That's it. But when I get one plant, right? This was one plant that came with the large leaves on it. And I'll show you this in a second, this moss pole of my dreams. But I wanted to put some on my moss pole, and I just wanted a full pot of it because this variegation is just a little bit, oh, you can't really see. This variegation is just a little bit different than, like the other pothos. It's like green on green. It's prettier in the sun. I feel like you can't really see it. Trust me, or I got a close up. This is pretty. It really is pretty. And I wanted it. It was probably like $12 or something. So I've cut it up and they've done well in propagating. I was holding my breath for a little bit because the nodes were really close together, but we did it. We made it. Let's talk for a second about struggling plants. What happened here? Just a regular monstera deliciosa and monstera adansonii. Okay, I mean, can you tell what it is? It's really not anything. I had this for a long time. Probably got it from Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and it was tall. And then the leaves started turning yellow. So propagation station. I started chopping them up, changed the soil. Really thought this was gonna do something better, but maybe the whole thing just needed to be started over because it's just been struggling. And I think it has something to do with like the roots in this the roots, it's not this soil. There's something wrong with this soil. But there's something wrong with the roots or my watering frequency with this particular pots, something. So struggle bus. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe propagate the rest of them because it's trying. You can see there's some new growth points. It's trying, but every time it tries, they get stuck, they get dwarfed, they dry out. How does even happen? For things to like dry out in my care, that is so rare. So that's where we are with that. I had I've had a couple of Monstera deliciosas from Home Depot. What happened to it? Again, I don't have the best light in this direction, and so it was getting larger and larger. I think needed more energy, probably needed some fertilizing. I wasn't fertilizing it at that time. And I didn't like how it looked. Okay. And it just kept going downhill, downhill. I tried saving it. I propagated it. My roots rotted over and over again. You can tell this one too has had some issues, over watering, blah, 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 blah. Listen, I love to love. And if you can't handle the love that I have to give, you might as well see yourself out. Okay. That's how I feel about plants that can't handle my water. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I have to say about this. If you want to survive here, we'll see. ZZ plant used to be a full pot, but okay, we'll be very redundant with the overwatering concern. This is what we have left. It's nice to have, just to have. If it kicked the bucket, I would not get another one. This it's very cool to look at, but this don't really do much of anything for me. It's here because I thought I would like it, love it. Moving on. Rick Rack Cactus. This is really fun. This I really enjoy. Then we have Crimson Queen Hoya. This is also really fun. I remember when I first got this and it wasn't growing, right? This lived outside. I feel like you have all the heat you want. I water you, enough, at least once a week. Why aren't you growing? But let me tell you, you know what I did? You know what I did? I started chopping. I didn't start chopping. I think I cut, because what it had given me were all white leaves, and then it just didn't do anything else. So I said, bets, broop, okay, and it's giving me so many new leaves, so many. Like both of these are new Both of these are new. This is new. This is new. Like, still working on a newish guy right there and there. Right there and there. Say hello to the birds. Right there and there. I'm very happy with this and cannot wait until it's bigger. So I only got into Hoya in 2024. I don't want to say I don't care about the blooms. I've never experienced a Hoya bloom to care enough. If the foliage is not cool looking, I'm not buying a Hoya because I don't even really know what it takes to get the foliage. Okay. We've got the Alocasia amazonica. Hey, babe. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah. A lot of these leaves, I think all the ones you see big up there, -1, grown in my care. Okay. Self-watering. Okay. There is no water in here right now. They're due for another watering. Plants are hardy, okay? I mean, although water, I think they said when you leave water on the leaves, that's what happens. I don't know what else to say about her. Just a regular from Home Depot. Just so gorgeous. Oh my God, look, just so gorgeous. I love it. Let's talk about my pride and joy, okay? An experiment, but why not? Why not? Why not? Okay, we can see the pothos love a pole will take over because you can see on this side, what do you call this again? Manjula pothos, slow growing. I just realized yesterday I was checking them, not in the best position, but it was in a fine position when it started. The pothos just kind of took over and started growing leaves in its path. But this has like all the plants I own. I forget what kind of pothos is this. I forget what you call this pothos exactly. But you know, just a few different pothos. There's a neon, right? A neon green one on here. This is the, here you go. This is the Fairchild Botanical Garden at Ansonii. I have another pole just with this and other Ansonii. I just think this is so cool. Like, what a creative way to what a creative way to use a pole. I just put the Hawaiian pothos on here. I'm wondering if you need water or something in your space. Like, I should probably water right where I put it. But I just cannot wait until more and more of this. Oh, Jesus Christ. But I just cannot wait until more and more of this is all filled out. Like, how cool. Just to be full with a bunch of different kind of green plants. Wow. Look at that. Yeah. So I move it around because I have a grow light that's like right on top. I shift it so that some of the smaller ones can get a little bit more light. But these, if you look at this one, right, I've had to move him over so that he stops creeping to the light. Like, he'll just take over. This one you can see pretty clearly has gone sideways to get wherever the light is. But I love them. Maybe this neon green does it better. And you see where it started, where it started and where it goes. Aren't they happy? And I'm happy. Let's talk about all the plants on my table, but then let me include the struggling monstera tie. This is a last ditch effort, okay? Here is what is going on. Okay, my homemade pond situation, a water reservoir, and just giving it the best life it could possibly have. You can see the root over here, like, not rotted. Okay, so can you do something? Okay, can you do something? Here's the other one. Remember, one died. One is dead. This one is trying, holding on. Plants want to live, right? It's doing something. Girl. Okay, so I don't have a clear vessel that's this small for the root system. So we're hoping and praying to God for it to have not rotted. But on the top, I can see, can you see? I can see, wait, a root? Not a root. What is it called this? I can see a growth point. Can you see that? Yeah, right there. Right. Doing the best it can. It's doing the best it can with what it's got. Okay. Maybe something will happen, maybe it won't. I have a bigger one, so okay, I'm saying I do wish blessings and growth on you. But if it dies, I have a bigger one. Okay. Let's go over some other Hoya. Hoya icensis. I think I got it from Canopy Plant. Okay. Growth, leaves. Listen, when I saw people on their Hoya, I think maybe the person, the YouTuber I watch most with Hoya is Miro, because he is obsessed with Hoya, and somehow the passion is just real inspiring to me. There's no way I would ever have that many. But the idea that these little bitty leaves are gonna grow into this, I am amazed. I was like, I just got a couple of these and see what this is all about. But the big leaf Hoya really do blow my mind. And so the fact that this is growing, it does look at the form going on here. But the fact that Hoya leaves are growing in my care, I just feel like, bro, I won some kind of lottery. Like I did that. Oh my gosh. Like I could not just give you a life, but grow. You did that. Yeah. So I'm happy about that. Propagation station, nothing really special about here. These are the same ones from the Hoya I showed you before, the Crimson Queen. Hoya mathilde. You know who convinced me to get this? Sober plant guy. He's just a ball of positive energy. And new growth. Like a lot of these leaves were grown in my care. Not a lot. Okay, calm down. Not a lot, right? But the two here, and maybe the 1, 2, right? Because listen, I'm trying to brag, okay? So help me, camera. It's not the whole of these. Okay, what do we have here? Just here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4 of the 6 grown in my care. Okay. Yes, are you cut? Yes, thank you. I did that. Okay. I can't wait. Oh, and then okay, I'm just really impressed with this, okay? So more growing in the center. Come on now, help me be great. More growing. I feel like $1 million, let me tell you. Okay, this is the most expensive plant I've ever gotten. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just planted this. It's not supposed to be moving like that. Yeah, I just moved it from my little cloche to the situation here. So we'll hold you. Probably need to add a little bit more water. Probably need to water it. This is the Hoya Silver Dollar. I just think it's so pretty. And like looking at this when it's on a trellis, I think it's so pretty. So this is one of those, it's not experiment, but I want to call it an experiment. I want to see this grow into a thing. Like I want to see this become, like right now, right? Because it came with 3 leaves, right? This is a 3-leaf cutting that I bought for $35. I know people spend a lot more than that on plants. I can't, like I have an actual child, so yeah, he's actually expensive. I'm not spending, I can't imagine. So $35 on this. I'm gonna get my money's worth. So I'm gonna cut them and root them. Mind you, I had really never rooted a Hoya before, but I said, I'm very excited about this one. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. And I did. Oh my gosh, I did. I did it in moss and it's so great. This one is also a cutting, like, another propagation. It's not moving because it's been in here longer and has been doing well. So I'll probably do a tour of my plants once a year. So check back next year for what this looked like, you know? This is Hoya heuschkeliana. It came bigger than this, okay? It was bigger than this. My birds have been fighting like the last 2 days. I don't know what's happening. Okay, y'all need to calm down. So, what happened to this? Yeah, probably overwatering, but I feel like it came with pest damage, right? I'm not really familiar with what's happens to pet to leaves when they get damaged, but either it's edema, right? Somebody overwatered this before, or they had something. Yeah, they had an attack of something. So I will be buying this again because the full pots of this just blow my mind. I am just so impressed with. I also have Hoya macrophylla. I am sad to say I've knocked off like 3 of these new leaves as they were coming in. Why? I don't know. They're just so, I don't have anything like this, like just all over the place. So it has not been easy for me to not knock into it. This is a new leaf, right? I don't, you can see it's like the way it's growing. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, we'll take our wins because it's growing. A white leaf is making me think it needs to be cut here, maybe, but it's definitely continuing to grow, which is just so impressive. I like the way this looks when it's on a trellis. The people who have it and they have big ones. I just think these leaves are definitely very cool, and I can't wait until they grow some more. Here is the alocasia mellow that has been struggling ever since I got it. I think it came, no, that was the green one. The beginner came wilted. This one came with two leaves. This one came with 2 leaves. One was deformed. This is the last leaf. I mean, you can see it's one leaf. This is a last ditch effort to save this. I'm probably just gonna buy another one because I think these leaves are not as pretty as the Maharani, but cool. And I want to have both of them. Yeah, I want to goo goo gaga at these leaves too. They're not as impressive, but still, I should probably put some water in here. I'm hoping it roots in this perlite. If not, you know, okay, bye then. Last few things on this table. This is pinnata. This is the Epiprenum pinnatum albo. I think this is the albo one. I have another pot. I think this one also came from Ken's philodendrons, and so I separated them, and I didn't separate them, but I put this on a moss pole to see what it was gonna do. It's just been on a moss pole. I think this is the leaf that came out since it's been on the moss pole. It hasn't been here long. This thing grows slow though, because the other pot that I have of it, I could show you now. Oh, it's not on the table, but here it is. This is the plant I got. Probably has like, I think, 2 vines in here, and then this one came along. This basically looks like the pot I bought. Maybe it has 4 new leaves. Maybe, right? This, I swear, if this has new leaves on it, it's right. So the one that came out here, but since I got it in like, I only really buy plants in spring and summer. So spring 2024, maybe there are 3 new leaves on this. I think that counts as a slow grower because if you look at this giant pothos back there, yeah. this is another little experiment. I think Plant Gay for Life goes on and on about no vessel, no drainage vessels that he grows his Anthurium in. I'm like, let me see about this no drainage. Can you succeed? And oh my gosh, it really can. I just think the roots growing in this is so cool to see. I have, like a pond mixture on the bottom and then a layer of soil. And I had a lot more plants in here when I started, but it's a fight for survival. So the ones that were able to root stayed in. Other ones, I don't know what I did with it. Maybe I put it on my moss bowl. I just think this is so cool. So fun and so cool. My sister just asked me, what are you going to do when it's all full? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Probably repot it. Maybe, right? I think I'll have to break the bowl because it probably won't be able to come out. But I think I'm okay with that. I could buy another $2 glass jar. This is one that came with the hydro. Home Depot has those ones where they put the cork on the top. I think it's quite stupid, but I bought it anyway. But I just reused that because whatever plant I had there. Ooh, what plant was that? I don't even know if that plant is dead. Yeah, that plant is dead. My boyfriend asked me, how many plants, right? We're talking about plants and me like doing the switch out, the trade outs, and some plants did. If you can't handle my love, then you just don't survive. He asked me how many plants did I kill this year? Did I kill last year? I don't know. At least 10. I don't know. I had a lot of plants come in, and not all of them are meant to stay. Let's talk about one of my favorite genuses and my wish. No. How did this happen? I have a story about getting this particular begonia from Steve Leaves. Just that I had to repurchase it. Okay, I didn't know that there is such a thing as terrarium begonia. So this is Begonia burkilli. Is this Ryan's form or is this not Ryan's form? We'll just bring out all the begonias. These are like the same. One is, I think this is Ryan's form. I think this is burkilli. Nobody told me there are terrarium begonia. So I have a cup covering this because I repurchased it because it died. Of course it died. I have it in regular humidity. These begonia need more than 60% begonia to live, not to thrive, to live. All they will do is melt if you don't. I think this is another one that would thrive with more humidity, but somehow it's doing okay. I mean, I repotted it in just perlite and water because as you can see, the crispy edges are a sign that it needs more humidity. That's definitely a thing that happened prior to being put in like this semi-hydro situation. But the look of this makes me so happy. Look at that sheen. This is doing all the things. Yeah, the look of this is giving me everything I didn't even know I wanted or needed from a plant. Begonias are my new thing. It's what I'm obsessing about. It's what I'm adding to my cart. On Etsy even. I don't even shop on Etsy. But I'm looking for all the ones because I'm also planning later this year to get a terrarium, like a real one. Like one of those like reptile terrariums, but not a huge one. Okay, I've been in an apartment right now, but I'm expecting some bigger life changes. So we'll just do what we can, and that's appropriate for our current living situation. But I'm gonna get, a larger terrarium, probably like a vivarium, to put my terrarium in. Okay, I'll have my little indoor jungle. It's not gonna be a jungle, but indoor jungle situation. These make me so happy. Anyway, let me put you back. This is the one I reordered because they just melted. Okay, I didn't know. So I have them under the cup and doing better. Okay, doing better. I was trying to propagate some of the other ones, but it's okay. I still have a number of them in my cloche because that is the humidity dome. But I want to see how big this can get, in like outside of the cloche, but inside of its own like little humidity dome. I probably will have to get another. I don't know what I want to do. This is what we do for now. let's see how big it can get before I need to move it and do something else. This is the Begonia jelly roll. And yes, it was bigger. Okay. I didn't know that they melt us. I melt when I tell you, melt. I didn't know. So we go in the same situation, do what we can while it's here, see how long it can survive under the cup situation. Look at the cup situation. How long can you survive under here? And we'll go from there. One more not so good one before we talk about the ones that are doing well. Okay, it was doing okay. Yeah, it was just doing okay. I think this thing is so cool. I am sad that it is looking the way it's looking now because I had like really, tall, bigger. But it's okay. It's okay. We're doing something now, and we're figuring it out. I'm gonna see what happens in this, perlite situation. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. I want it to be. I want it to be happy. This is also something I would repurchase if it just croaked. Um, I think these leaves look so cool. Look at that. I think these leaves look so cool that I need this. Okay. I need it. I need this in my life. So I'm hoping that they have some more growth points while it's in heat. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, moving on to begonias that are actually enjoying it here. I'm just realizing I've never known the name of this. This is Begonia chloronura. This is Begonia Miss Louisiana, got from Steve's Leaves, one that wants to thrive in my care. Okay. I think these are the ones that are fine outside of the terrarium. It's not a terrarium begonia. They just need a lot of aeration in the soil. And yeah. So, I mean, I might leave it in a no drainage. I'm definitely going to switch from perlite to pond at some point. And I might experiment with growing in, a chunky soil mix. I might. We'll see. But this is my begonias. So this is the last thing that's supposed to be on the table, but I just had it on the floor here because I needed it to dry out a little bit. I also keep this in a I keep this in a cup for the soft watering of it all. But I think I just left it here too long. Whatever. What is in here? Alocasia aria? Yeah. And maybe I don't like the yellowish variation. Maybe that makes it look like it's sick when it's not. Yeah, the roots, it's falling out because I had just pulled it out because the roots were not all, but there were a few that were rotting because I've been keeping this too wet. Um, but yeah, whatever. Maharani, right? These are corms that I rooted. I have to do something with this. Another Amazonica, and what do I think this is? Green velvet. Speaking again of slow growers, but I think this is more of a light on water, probably why it's growing slow. El Choco Red, right? These came in one pot together. I had attempted, I guess this is not so small. This is probably where the last leaf was when I bought it. I had tried to get it up a moss bowl, but baby girl refused. Yeah, refused. So it's been growing like this. This is, I mean, beautiful. Um, this has definitely been getting stuck in, how do you say, the new leaf has been getting stuck in coming out. It's right. I think it's a humidity thing. It's living like right next to the humidifier. So whatever. This is the newest leaf here on this one. It's quite pretty. It is very pretty, right? And I can feel the beauty when I look at this. Even look at like the back of the leaves and everything. Um, I just want to say philodendrons as a whole. Listen, I just love other plants more. I think I really love this, but it does not have any prime real estate. So how much do I really love it, right? This needs to be watered, but beautiful. These leaves are everything. I mean, the velvety nature of it all. Well, it's not that velvet, but the velvety nature of it all, it's very pretty. More propagation station. We have the Adansonii. This is the Rapidophora. They're just growing in here. It's nothing special. Let's cover the two Anthurium in my care. Also an experiment from 2024. I don't think I'm an Anthurium person, but let's see. The crystallinum, you know, I told you if I have a problem, it's overwatering. Okay, that's what's happening at the top there. Just a bit of just a bit of the overwatering concern here for the crispiness. I have a new leaf coming out in the center. Can we see? Yeah. Why it looks sideways like that, girl, I don't know. Why are you coming out like that? You can see? I don't know. But such is life. I think these leaves are so pretty. This looks kind of yellow. In real life, it looks kind of yellow. On the camera, it doesn't look that yellow. I think these leaves are so pretty. There is something about this growth pattern that I don't like. But I picked it, so I'm gonna stick beside it. You know, we'll do the best we can. It does have a bit more prime real estate over here because it gets like the window, like it blocks some of the light for these other smaller plants here. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. This is one of those that actually does feel a little bit more velvety. I just think this is so pretty. Like to look at it straight on like that, I think this leaf is so pretty. And maybe part of my problem is the light has been coming down from the top, and that's why this plant is doing that. Like what? Girl, what are you doing? Maybe I need the front facing. It needs to so that they can all turn. Because what is this? But it's pretty. Come on, that's pretty. And then how? This is one of those things that it's like, how does this exist? How? God, can you hear me? How is it? Are you listening? Amazing. This leaf is a bit, how do I say, bleached from being too close to the grow light that I have here. I was another experiment, trying to optimize conditions, okay? And I have two different grow lights here. Don't ask me about the differences between them. I think one is more something and one is more something. And I had tried one of them with the something, and I think it was too strong. But this leaf grew in my care. I think this one was the one before. Ooh, that's pretty. So this growth pattern, I don't hate, right? I like this much better than the clarinervium, but I'm probably doing something different because my mind is blown with these leaves. This doesn't make sense to me. My brain cannot compute how God made something like this. This is insane. This is my rapidophora. I think that's how you say it. Okay, this is, I don't know, like a makeshift moss pole. Don't judge me, okay? We're just seeing how tall it can get. I have another one of these that can go on top. And then I don't know if I'm gonna let it climb on my wall. I think I'm not supposed to do that. I'm renting, but I might. Okay, I probably won't. I think these leaves are cool. My sister had one growing outside of her apartment that I thought looked better, but it had like 3 vines. I just have I did pot more than another vine, but I don't think it's getting enough sun down here. So it's not really growing up. We're wishing and praying for the best. We'll see. But that's here we go. Rapidophora, mini monstera. Snake plants, another one of those Home Depot buys. It was bigger than this, but the ones who were able to survive, it's a reflection of how little this plant means to me. It's so bad to say that, but you know, there's like the 2 different ones in here. I think they look cool, but If it goes, I will not be replacing it. Unless I get like a really full pot that's already potted in like really good soil. So I don't have to think about it. I don't know. Speaking again of plants I don't really care about, so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Nothing is wrong with this philodendron biliate. Um, maybe it's the growth pattern I don't really too much care for. Maybe. I don't know. But when I saw the philodendron patriciae, I was like, you're on your way out because I'm getting that patriciae. And I don't need the two of y'all, you know. I think they call them like pendant, whatever. I don't think this is that, but this is, you know, just a very long leaf plant. But maybe I wish it was bigger. I don't know. This doesn't really do much of anything for me. I think it's very pretty. Who am I kidding? This is one of the things that I would give away. I think you deserve more than I am able to give you. Okay, and I don't have to keep you just because. Maybe it might grow on me if the leaf is bigger. I can't really see it though. Like once I get the patricia. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done. This was $17. And imagine it had a whole other vine. We won't talk about this, right? Probably underwatering and overwatering, whatever. Let's just look at it on this side. The umbrella plant, the Scheffrilla, something like that. Kroger, $17. My boyfriend got it for me. I was so impressed. It keeps growing. I think it's great that I am not killing it because I've had smaller ones that I've been unable to keep alive. When I brought it in from outside, I had it over in the outside plant section and it was dropping leaves like crazy. It had, so this one is almost dead, but it had a whole other vine that died. This thing was dropping leaves like crazy. And I think it was mostly because of the draft. I heard that they usually drop leaves when they come inside, the temperature difference. But when I moved it out of the draft, like the heating draft, it stopped dropping leaves. So I've had it for a long time. This has been at least a year. So I'm glad it's still alive. And we'll see. Okay, Syngonium. Again, with the arrowhead shaped leaves, they do something to me. These are some of my favorite things. This is the Syngonium White Knight, also from Ken's Philodendron. Probably needs to be repotted because it dries out like in 5 days, and I would, you know, it's like bone dry by like day 4, 3, 4. Because the heat is on inside my apartment. Whatever. This is cool. This is really cool. This is really cool. I think maybe I'm not a fan of the vining nature of a Syngonium. So I don't think I'll be afraid to cut it back because I want it to be more shrubby. So when I repot this, I'm probably going to propagate and add more in so I want it to expand more to the side and not grow so horizontally. We have the Panda Cosmos. That's pretty. This is a pretty green on green variegation. And then this is the pink flecked Syngonium. That's fun. I had another little Syngonium. I don't remember where I got it from, but it just wouldn't keep leaves. It was so little, and maybe the pot was too big, and so it was just so easily overwatered. But yeah, these are so pretty in their location. They just really do it for me. But similar to the other one, at some point, I'm going to repot these, cut them back, and get a bushier plant. Let's do my 2 other moss poles. This is the Philodendron Paricio Verde. The variegation, if you didn't know, comes out in heat. So these are from when I had it outside in the actual heat. This was tiny when I got it. I literally got this for the purpose of growing it up a moss pole. So I wanted a small plant. I had I had 2 leaves. Maybe I had 3. No, I think it was 2. Maybe it was 3. I think that the leaf it came with is gone because a lobe, I think this is the first leaf that came out in my care because it actually started to look like, um, the 2 lobes here. Yeah. So when I was repotting this boy, because there's a whole story with the yellow leaves over there, I had to give it some new soil. It was so compacted, but whatever. When I was doing that, I knocked down this micans and I broke a leaf. Broke a leaf off of this guy. I think it was from here. But this has been rooting so well in this moss pole, and I like how it looks. Let's see. I like how it looks. Yeah, and I'm excited to see it grow bigger and bigger. So this is the newest leaf coming up here, and it takes a little bit to expand, but I think it will be bigger than this one. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, not really variegated, but I think that's like the story it tells with the variegation. Like you can tell when it's going through winter and you can tell when it's been outside for summer. So I think it's cool. I am honestly like my wish list plant right now is the Jose Buono. I can't wait to get that. I'm not going to put it out on moss pool or anything. I'm just going to watch it do its thing. Right. Okay. Listen, when this thing is all filled out, nobody can tell me nothing. Okay. So I had taken a cutting of remember I told you my monstera Anthurium was growing pretty big. These were the big leaves at the top. So I did a top cutting. Okay. It's been a little overwatered. Okay. We'll figure out the scheduling. A lot of these down here are the little propagations that I took. And hopefully, they grow up. And then this one is the Fairchild. Yeah, this is the Fairchild. I think they call it, if they don't say Fairchild, it's the double window monstera Adansonii. Yeah, I think this is so cool. It has like a different texture than the regular Adansonii. And so I wanted to see that. There's another Adansonii, not the narrow leaf, maybe the Escaleto. I guess it's not Adansonii. Monstera Escaleto that I was thinking of getting to also grow on the same pole. And you see it lives here with like the 2 windows, so it gets light from all the angles. So I have big hopes for this. Okay. We'll see. I think it looks so cool. These leaves. Come on now. We can do big things. Philodendron micans. Yeah, I like the vining hanging off. That's how I would like to grow this. Maybe I'll cut these off and propagate it and then stick it back in the pot because, I don't really want this growing up anywhere. I want this like hanging down because I think these leaves are just so pretty. Like just the little itty bitty leaves. I just want this look and I want to hold, I just want to hold it like this. Just so pretty, so cute. Okay. I think this is called Syngonium pixie. This was pretty small when I got it. I like how full it looks. This makes me happy. I like looking at it. I almost forgot about this Hoya croniana black. I told you it was overwatered. If there's a problem, that's probably what it's gonna be. It was overwatered and the stem had started to rot. I didn't realize. It has pushed out some new leaves for me, but such is life. So I just have it rooting here in some perlite. We'll see, give the root some oxygen. I cut it back up until where the stem was healthy. So we'll see. I had it on a trellis and everything. Like there was more. There was a lot more, but we'll see. I think there are some other dark Hoya that I would prefer if this one doesn't make it. Oh my gosh, almost done. Do I just have the cactus to show you? Ooh. This is the larger ring of fire, right? That's giving me like bigger leaves and everything. Very fun. I think there are 2 plants in here. I mean, I just imagine this taking up so much space when it does get bigger, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then this is one of the dracaena. I don't think this is lemon lime, but maybe one of those little, what do they call them? Whirl, storm, something. Another one that got burned by fertilizer. I've had this for a very long time, probably soon after I moved into this apartment, maybe since 2020. Some news coming on the top, right? That's great. I hold on to it because it's still alive. There's actually a ponytail palm down there that I will not be bringing out that has been dead for a long time, but I keep it there just because I don't have anything to fill the space. So you might as well just stay and be like a ancient reminder of what happens to plants if they act up. I think this is the golden pothos. Another one I've probably had since like 2020 or 2019 when I moved in. I'm very impressed at how long the vines are. It's been doing extremely well, getting thick, very luscious and beautiful and highly variegated, especially these ones that are very close to the light. I am happy with it. I'm sad about the yellow leaves, but I'm a snip. I will propagate those and figure out something because it's not aesthetically pleasing. This is my Begonia Rex, and it is a bit bleached. You can see the actual real color here in the new leaves that are coming out. These new leaves here have the actual color. What happened with this? This is one of those, standard Begonia Rex they have at Home Depot. And I had been growing it pretty fine for a while, and maybe the soil had lost all its zhuzh and I didn't repot it in time, whatever. It had started really struggling, not just flopping over because of underwatering, but like really looking like it was about to be out of here. So I propagated it, and all of these were grown in my little cloche. I have to show you the cloche. All these were grown in my little cloche, and then they outgrew it. So I potted them up in this. I don't know if you can see the roots. This is so cool to me. So it's been doing pretty good in here. I'm very happy. I thought it was all gonna kick the bucket when I first brought them out, because as soon as it left like that high humidity environment, they all flopped over and stayed like that for like 2 days. And then one day I came and they were all like perked up. I was like, wow, look at you. You made it. Look at you. Right? Let's get it for you again. Look at you. You did that. Oh, yes, you did. And here's the cloche. This is my propagation station, the place where all the fun things happen. So all the begonias you've seen already are in here still. Some of my propagations of the monstera adansonii. This is an orchid I got from Trader Joe's. I have bought like 4 or 5 orchids in my lifetime, and they've all suffered. But yeah, I just have some moss on the bottom. I think this is the only alocasia that's in there. But they do well. Sometimes I put them on a heating mat. But yeah, I can't wait until I have like a real terrarium with all the things and stuff growing up walls. But everything has been doing so great in here. Just aerial roots galore and stuff. It's just real nice in here. I probably air it out, I don't know, every 3 days or something. Not that often. There are air holes at the top of the cloche, so it doesn't really need to air out that much. Only if I put too much water in it, there's an issue. But that is the cloche. And then the last thing we are gonna look at, my little cactus garden. Okay. Okay, does it feel like you've been to a botanical garden going through this adventure with me? I have like all the different pieces here. I went to the Huntington in California last year. That's what I feel like. We've been on an exploration of like all the different sections. But anyway, what is in here? Regular aloe. I don't know what you call these aloe. This is supposed to be a burro's tail. How this is still here, I don't know, because it looks like it has not gotten enough water. It's still here, but nothing is really, well, I guess it has grown. I have not figured out what to do in this bit of section here. These are lithops. I think they call them living stones. This might be called a golden torch. It was overwatered, and that's why it looks so skinny at the top. It also was reaching towards a grow light. I used to have a grow light like directly in front of it, but I'm kind of happy with the way everything looks. And all you have to do is just not really water these often. Once a month is what I'm doing, and they'll be fine. I just got this one from Home Depot. I just maybe a month ago, I got this one from Home Depot. And then I think I got this from my it's not my botanical garden, but the Smith Gilbert Botanical Garden in Kennesaw. They had a plant sale. And I think that's when I bought, maybe 2 years ago now. Okay, I have to read what this one is. This is the Camaceras Silvestri. Okay, what I just like how it looks. Another one I got from Home Depot. And this is a Astrophytum. Yeah, I think this looks really good. I have space for more creative things, but right now I am pretty happy with the way things look. Yeah, there used to be a string of hearts in here and some other stuff that I don't even know. What were these? I don't know. But the strong ones survived. That is it for my collection. Thank you for sticking beside me. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to my channels for other videos on joy, love, and peace. If you're looking for more planty content from a Black woman, you can check out Jasmina Lowe. I love her. Okay. If you want somebody that is passionate about plants and easy on the eyes, she's definitely the one to follow. The other person I follow is Leafy Diva. She gives a lot of information about plants. She shows you like all the new things. She gives a lot of care tips. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Share this plant tour with somebody that you think would enjoy my spiritual sanctuary.